What's up? My name is Brew. It's another Audacy check-in with the one and only Mr. Charlie Puth. What's up, man? Good to see you.
I know you from somewhere.
It's you mentioned, and it's blowing my mind right now. The fact that people like you know stupid stuff I do on an app is wild. But
No, you're very good at it. Best of both
the
worlds.
best. You're making me turn red. Like literally, I'm just like, oh man, this is the best day ever. But I'm so excited to talk to you about like TikTok and your music and everything. You've been killing it. We got to talk to you when Light Switch came out, but this is more of a broad check-in. The album, like it's done, right?
Here's the thing. It's done, but I keep making new songs. And I made this new one the other day. This is the same thing that happened with the first album. I made We Don't Talk Anymore like a week before the album was due. I had to turn it into Atlantic. They always get so mad at me, but then they love the music. So I'm excited for everybody to hear the whole album together. You've definitely heard a lot of the songs on the TikTok already, but I'm excited for people to hear the songs that I haven't put on the internet as well.
Yeah, it'd be like an extra bonus. And what can you tell us as like a whole about this album?
It's just I never got a chance in of the two albums that I put out. It was always little specks of me being vulnerable and really showing my personality in music, because I always felt like I had to like check a box, like, oh, I need an up tempo, I need like a mid tempo. I didn't think about that once when I made this record. I just thought about how am I going to simply just put my personality out in the universe and attach some melody and some beat under it. And TikTok actually helped me achieve that, to become the most vulnerable I've ever been in my musical career. I don't know. I felt like I was like finally allowed to be like that. So you're just gonna get my most vulnerable work. You're gonna know more about me than I know about me when you listen to this. When you listen to the album, I'm calling it Charlie for that reason too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny you mentioned the thing about being allowed and all that for a song like Light Switch, where teased it for so long. Like we're talking 5 months, waiting for this thing. When it comes to something like that, is it frustrating, like hanging on to a banger? Does it come down to like record label and timing stuff?
Oh my God, it was incredibly frustrating because I just didn't want to mess it up. Obviously, how dare I even think about putting a song out in Mariah Carey's December month? So I couldn't do that. And November, we almost put it out in November, but it just didn't feel right. It felt too soon, and I wanted to have the video done, and I wanted to have the whole rollout plan like really concrete. And there was just like a couple of vocals that I wanted to fix, and I thought, you know what? I've waited this long. I'm not going to rush it. January it is. And I've never had a response. I don't know what's happening with my hair right now. I've never had a response. Look, the whole vibe just changed with my hair. I've never had a response to a song like this. It's really been special.
Yeah. And it kind of changes your perspective. I think it's crazy how TikTok has just reshaped music in general, at least in the promotion side and like how people access it. When it comes to something like that, is there like a fine line to walk to where it becomes promotion and what actually plays into the making of the song? Like I'm guessing you're not, making songs off of feedback, but is any promo good, when it comes to stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll take anything. I want people, especially in people's reactions to the song as well. Like I don't remember who it was, but I saw somebody online who really just didn't like the song, and I was so happy that they had that reaction. And I'm so happy when they love it. It's when they're in the middle and they're like, I could live without it, or they're just passively listening to it.
Yeah.
That's where I like get my feelings hurt, because I want them to be I want them to have a hatred for it or to be really in love with it. That's how I know that I've done my job.
Oh, for sure. Would you be like upset if it became like a meme, and it's more of like on the joke side of TikTok? Because I think of a guy like Masked Wolf, where Astronaut in the Ocean turned into this whole thing, but he loved it. He's like, this is pushing the song so far.
I'm down. However people want to perceive music. I mean, my song "See You Again" think about that. How many lives that song has had. That was a song that started off for tribute to Paul Walker, and then just someone turned the distortion knob up on it, I guess, one day.
Yeah, exactly.
And it became funny. If people want to have fun, that's all. If they're having fun, that's all that matters.
It's wild to think about how those songs can come out of nowhere. Like you think of Frank Ocean had Lost from 12 years ago or whatever, that's now charting again. Like think about, it makes you think about your songs. Like, oh my God, what from 10 years ago is going to blow up and become a trend this week?
I'm nervous because a lot of my music from 10 years ago was not very good. So not looking forward to that if that happens.
No. Well, you've had a lot of projects and you started so young with everything. Do you learn something new about every project, whether that's like technically or on a personal level?
I feel like I get better at producing music, like the technical side of producing music every year. And especially like take Light Switch, for example. I feel like that's the best snare drum I ever made. It's just, it's not like a cheesy like dubstep drum, and it's not like a Lin drum, like regular whatever, everybody uses that. It's this weird hybrid that I found on this old drum machine, this old MPC. And just got so, without going into too much technicalities, because I'm not sure how many people care about that stuff, but I don't know, I'm becoming a better mixer, which makes me a better songwriter. I'm becoming a better singer. I had my tonsils taken out, so my voice is a little bit wider than the music that I used to put out. It's all, I feel like there's something to learn every year.
No, it's so good because like everyone talks about like, you know, I've matured or I've developed so much mentally and stuff. No one really talks about the technical side. We're like, yeah, I'm just, you know, I practice and I'm better at it, and the songs sonically sound better. So it's so cool.
Yeah.
Does TikTok seem like the new like SoundCloud of our age, where it's like the new place to discover music?
I think so. And but what I have to, and a lot of artists reach out to me and they ask me like how they should promote their music, because that's all I'm essentially doing is promoting my album and, you know, music to come, but I'm also having fun with it at the same time. And I tell them all the same thing. It's like, there's going to be 1,000 more TikToks in our lifetime. There's going to be the, you know, it's the latest and greatest thing right now, but one day there will be something else, just like there was MySpace in 2007. There's just focus on making great music. That's the one thing that's never going to go out of trend. Is great music that stands test of time.
Absolutely. We'll talk about the latest and greatest. I'm so curious to hear, like, you remember what's the last thing you bought that has like the best impact on your life, or like surprised you, you know?
Ooh.
Then they come to mind. I bought a shower speaker the other day. I use it every single day. It changed my life.
I'm sure you got to make sure that thing doesn't have a camera built into it. Where did you get that thing?
I didn't think about that, dude. It was like $10. If there's a camera in that thing, that's a plus because, you know.
You know what? I bought this, it's not a shower speaker. I don't know if you can see it, but over there is, behind this box, damn it.
Okay.
Is a piano with a blue top to it. And I thought to myself, I've never seen a piano with a blue top to it before. And I kind of came up with the chords to Light Switch on that piano because it felt very 70s electro.
Yeah.
I'm not synesthetic, but I get excited by colors and different fabrics and whatnot. So or maybe I just got excited that I had a new piano.
Yeah, it inspires you in a way, getting some new stuff. That's so true. Yeah. Does that stuff help when you get like a funk or anything? Like, what do you do to get the creative juices flowing when you feel like you're hitting a little bit of a wall?
Ooh, I talk to people. I have conversations with people, because someone was writing me this morning. They're going through a rough breakup, and I'm listening to them talk, and I'm, you know, consoling them, like making them feel a lot better. And they even said they felt a lot better at the end of it. But I'm looking back at all the messages. I'm like, song title. There's a song title. There's an album name. There's a band name. Like, people are inadvertently, when they just open up and don't think about making a song, they come up with the coolest song titles and like think weird different ways to say things. So if I'm stuck, I'll just call up and one of my friends and just FaceTime and just bullshit for like an hour. And by the end, I'll just be so like reinvigorated. That's the same for everything though. Knock
something loose for sure. Yeah. That's so nice. Someone's reaching out about their breakup too. You're a good relationship advice kind of guy.
I think a lot of people, I'm everybody's therapist in a way.
Who's that for you? Who's like someone who can give you advice on everything, like music, life, all the above?
My mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moms are the best for that stuff. And I still play my mom everything, every song. But I played her Stay, the Kid Leroy Justin Bieber record before it came out. I play her everything. She's like my true and tried A&R.
It's amazing. Moms know best. Everyone knows that. You can't go wrong when it comes to that thing. All right. So besides promotion, like for the album or Light Switch, if you could have a giant billboard right in LA here or anywhere you want, what would you put on that billboard? Maybe it's like advice to the world.
Ooh,
I'm getting deep.
I would in Times New Roman, a really ironic font and maybe like some clip art. Picture of me, and it says, "Don't take yourself too seriously," because the moment you start to take yourself too seriously, and for example, if you're making music and the music's only for you, and you don't want to share, you want like the message to be like very broad, and I don't know. To me, that's like kind of a lose-lose, because you want people to perceive your lyrics in a different way, and it'll help reach the song to new heights and get it to ears that maybe haven't listened to you before. But I don't know. Maybe then again, people will just make music just for themselves. So I don't even know if that's correct, but
that's a lot of words put on a billboard. No, it's like all of that in Times New Roman.
All of that on a what?
So many crashes. People trying to zoom in on it. It's hilarious.
Police are
I love that though. That's such a good piece of advice. Don't take things too serious. And TikTok's the place where nothing's really serious. But for things on there that make you cringe, maybe is there any trend or something you saw there like, oh, okay, that's not it. Like that that's making me cringe.
I can't stand the like when the person knows, like when a guy knows that like they're like a good looking, like you're a good looking guy, for example, and if you like went up on the camera and you were just like, I can't even do it, just like you did like the forced sexy face, and there's these things like guys getting out of an elevator that I just,
oh my god, and they're like, they catch the girl's eye, they're like,
it's like it makes me want to throw up. I can't stand that shit, man. So cringy.
You got to think about the people around them, like seeing this go down. You go, oh man, you're right. To see it in person, like on TikTok's worse enough, but to see it go down.
Maybe, bro, maybe somebody, maybe we're not the audience for that, but maybe someone out there likes that.
Yeah, maybe he got one girl with that and he's running with it for the rest of his life. So
yeah, that's probably
worth it. Absolutely. I love that we have this TikTok connection. I don't know how spontaneous you're feeling, but maybe you've seen the thing I do where I get random words and throw it on the radio. I would love to get one from Charlie Puth himself. Do you have anything in mind?
Oh, a random word that you could, okay.
Can't really swear, but
No. I'm trying to think of I'm going through all the lyrics in Light Switch right now. Maybe, has anyone used the word hypnotized?
No, they have not, but it's going to happen. So.
It's going to happen.
You turn me on like a light switch when you're moving your body around and around. Now I don't want to fight this. You know how to just make me want you. Turn me on like a light switch when you're moving your body around and around. You got me in a tight grip. You know how to just make me want you, baby. Come on and show me how you do.
Let's do it. Well, I appreciate you so much. I'll keep an eye out for the next song that's getting produced on the app. Love everything you're doing. I can't wait for the album. Thanks so much for the time today.
Thanks, man. I'm going to follow you back right now.
Oh, you're the best. Appreciate you so much. And hopefully we can do this in person. Like, I'm obviously based in LA. So, I mean, once, things calm down a little bit, love to have you at the studio here. So,
yeah, man, that'll be I think that day's coming soon.
Yeah, we're getting there. All right, Charlie. Appreciate it so much.